Okay, good morning everyone. I've actually got a couple things I want to go over this morning. First, we are going to cover the question about protection while working with the paranormal. And then I'd like to show off some of the adoptable spirits I have, just for fun. However, it takes my phone forever to upload these videos to YouTube, so I think I might break them up into 2 separate videos. We'll see how long it goes. So first, on the question of protecting yourself while working with the paranormal. This is a tricky one because, again, there's no science to working with the paranormal. It's a lot about spirituality. So it's a lot about what you believe, whether you believe in a higher power, whether you believe in spiritual energy that comes from within, spiritual energy that comes from the earth, you know, spells, potions, stuff like that. So, I hope you all can see me. I have a few things scattered here. One of my favorite protection items are actually gemstones. Now, gemstones naturally hold energy from within the earth. They come in tons of forms, colors, shapes, sizes. But not every gemstone is a protection stone. Now, there are a few that are very well known for protection. This here is a amethyst chip necklace. It's very long. Amethyst is a great protection amulet. It actually pushes away and cleanses negative energy from your being. And like I said, gemstones come in all shapes and sizes. This is a very special one to me. It's a teeny tiny little skull. I know it doesn't really want to zoom in on that very well. Turquoise isn't really a protection stone. This is just really beautiful, and I thought it would be a cool thing to show you guys as an example. Another example is herbs. There are lots of herbs that keep away negative entities and negative energies. Sage and sweetgrass, along with pomelo wood, are really big in the spiritual community. This is my bundle of sage. I have literally had this $5 bundle for like 3 years. It burns really slow, but does give off a lot of smoke. Not something I would use if you have a lot of allergies to grasses. I actually can't burn this while my stepfather is home. My father-in-law is home, because he is super sensitive to it and it drives his allergies crazy. Oh, and this is my cute little pumpkin that I keep in. It's made of metal, obviously, so I can just stick it in there and let it burn until it's done. Another thing that I do with herbs is I make little potions. Now, potions don't have to be a liquid. One of the greatest potions for keeping away negative entities is actually salt and pepper. Very simple. You just keep it on your person. I make potions like that along with some other herbs, and I can sell, I'll be happy to sell you one. They're not super expensive. They're not hard to make. I do power them with the full moon or with candle magic, which is something that I do myself. But you can get different glass vials. You can see that. To keep all kinds of herbs. And look at this cute little teeny tiny one. And then you can keep these in your purse, in your pocket, next to your bedside, wherever. If it's nearby you, it will protect you from negative entities. Another thing that a lot of people believe and use are amulets. Now, they can be amulet coins, they can be spiritual, religious pendants, anything like that. It's considered an amulet. And amulets gain power from our own beliefs, our own energy. So that's a really nice thing to use. This here is actually a coin of Madame Marie Laveau, the voodoo queen of New Orleans, which I actually got this past summer in New Orleans, Louisiana. It was so fun, but that's not the point. Point is, it's one of the protection items in my hoard, I guess. Lastly, and probably the one that I use the least, is sound. The chiming of a bell is known to keep away or frighten negative spirits. They use them in churches, they use them in pagan rituals. It's positive energy. So the positive flow that comes from the sound of the bell pushes things away. This one's a very high-pitched bell, and as you can see, it's a very pretty bell. This one is thanks to Alley Cat on Facebook. It was a gift, a Christmas gift a couple years ago. So pretty. And it doesn't have to be a big fancy bell either. It can be any bell you like. I also have this old, what looks almost like a cowbell, except it's not square, but it's an old vintage bell. I love vintage things, so. Obviously, when you bring vintage things into your home, be careful, because antiques and stuff like that can often hold old energies, spirits, and not all spirits are good, as we've discussed. So, those are a few ways I use to protect myself. These little tricks and tips also help with negative energy given off by the living as well, not just the dead. If you happen to work with a coworker who's very negative, very downing, just somebody who just oozes that negativity, and you could just feel it. A lot of these little techniques, like the amulet or the gemstones or the little herb bottle, these things will help you feel a little better while you're working with that person, because it'll keep that from settling on you, so you don't take it home with you. I also make sure that when I go spirit hunting, when I go out to look for spirits, to find them, antique stores, thrift shops, estate sales, all those sorts of things, I always keep something on me, in my pocket, in my purse, in my wallet. These little tokens are fantastic for that, because I can just stick her in my wallet and away we go together. I keep them on me, at least one of them. I usually have my pendulums on me at all times too, and they're different stones as well. But I keep them on me while I'm looking for spirits, to keep the negative ones off. When you're somebody who's open and openly searching, you put yourself at risk. I actually had a djinn and a goblin working together attach themselves to me about probably a year ago, and I started having the worst luck. Everything was going wrong. I had multiple pets die in a row. I had my car break down more than once in a month. Money. I was having money issues like constantly. So I realized there was something wrong. These are just, sometimes it's just a string of bad luck. Other times it's something else. Once these beings attach to you and they start affecting you in that way, they're hard to get off. So you really want to do your best to protect yourself. Cleanse yourself. You can actually put sea salt in your soap, in your bath water. It's a great way to cleanse yourself. There are lots of people who make bath bombs with herbs to cleanse yourself. So those are great ways at the end of the day to just relax and get rid of all that negativity from the world. Stuff like that. And we all have ways of doing that. Yoga, music. We all have ways of getting rid of that negativity that we build up from interacting with others. Just stresses of life. Always take time to collect yourself. And I know this is sounding preachy and healthy, and it all really does relate. The stronger you feel, the better you will fight off negative entities and negative energies. And they're not the same. Energies can come from anything. They can be something that just sits on you and it's there until you push it off. While entities are actually physically there to either harm you or to help you, or they're just benign and they just exist. So we're talking about the ones, obviously, that we want to keep away, that are going to harm us. So if something there didn't make sense, feel free to ask about it. I am going to break these videos up into 2 because this one's already going on 13 minutes. I know my videos are short, but it takes my phone up to like 2 hours to sometimes upload these. And my laptop, I don't have a really good spot for my laptop to do this with yet. I will, hopefully, in the future. My desk is all set up, but it's a weekend day, so it's noisy in the house, and this is my quiet space. So, I hope that answers your question. And feel free to ask more. Feel free to share these videos with your friends. Anybody who needs a little help, you can send them my way. Thanks!